everyone, I'm Andy Farrant, Inside Xbox Editor for Europe, and welcome to a Battlefield Bad Company 2 episode of Insider Moves. Now, Battlefield has a great single-player campaign, but multiplayer is where the meat of the game lies, with a ton of game modes, classes and challenges for you to take on. But certain things apply across the board, so the topic for this episode is simple: multiplayer and the winning thereof. So, one of your most important tools in Battlefield Bad Company 2 is your squad. This isn't a lone wolf kind of a game. A squad who work as a team will always beat a squad of lone wolves. Wolves. Whatever. One of the most important things a squad allows you to do is to respawn on your squad members. If you look on the lower left-hand corner of the screen, you've got your squad list. If they're dim, they're dead. Bright green means alive. Okay, so if they're all dead, what you need to do is find yourself somewhere safe immediately. Run, hide, cry, whatever. You've got to wait it out until your squad are able to respawn, and then your one cowering coward will become 4 people ready to storm the objective. Unless, of course, the one person who's left alive is hanging back in the UAV. Then everyone shows up at the UAV and has a nice long walk to get back into the action. But I guess we can forgive them, as the UAV is pretty massively useful. The most useful thing you can do with the UAV is provide support from above by marking targets. It's very simple. If you're aiming at a target, all you have to do is press the back button. A little orange arrow will appear over their head. Not so useful for you can already see them, but massively useful to your team. Not just your squad, but your entire team at large. All 11 other players will be able to see that enemy as well. When you're marking, go crazy. Mark as many people as you can see, because if anybody on your team kills an enemy that you marked, you're going to get points for that kill. Okay, next up we're going to talk about smoke. First up, you should be using smoke grenades anyway, because the smoke effect is beautiful, and DICE obviously spent a lot of time getting it to look right, but that's by the by. When used for its intended effect, smoke can be incredibly useful. Using the assault kit, which comes with 2 smoke grenades, you can fire one out, then fire the second out ahead of it, and basically create a smoke trail from the point where you are to the point where you need to be, then move cat-like through the smoke undetected by everyone. The other useful thing to do is to nail the actual target. So say you're playing rush mode and you hit the objective with a big cloud of smoke, the defenders who are looking in their carefully chosen defensive positions can't actually see anything that's going on. Sure, they can still fire into it, it's smoke, not a force field, but they can't get a clear line. Now, it's tempting to always go for arming the crates, but as you've probably found out by now, that's a good way to get immediately shot in the head. This is where smoke is your friend. Another thing we've seen people doing is starting around and going straight for the tank. It's understandable, the tank is huge, powerful, and, let's face it, fun to tool around the countryside in blowing stuff up. But then they get spotted by the enemy and tagged with a missile launcher, panic, and jump out of the tank. Again, it's understandable. If the tank's about to blow up, you want to get out of there. But what happens is they get out of the tank and they scarper, never to be seen again, allowing an engineer on the other side to come along and repair it, hop back in it, and now you've basically given the opposite team a massively powerful tank to use to wreck up your stuff, which is a mistake, obviously. Alright, let's talk about the crate. Now, if you're playing rush mode, it's all about the crate. You have to push the opposition back, arm the crate to explode, and the map opens up further and further as you progress. That's how it works. But you don't actually have to arm the crate. Everyone rushes to do that, but that's what the defenders are counting on, with their sights trained on the approaches, all ready to run in and disarm it as soon as you're whistling through a hole in your head. What you can do is use your explosive units to your advantage. If you can get an angle or destroy some of the wall to create an opening for yourself so that you've got a good view of the crate, you can use the tank's cannons, the engineer's missile launcher, rocket shot from the UAV. All these things will wear down the crate and eventually destroy it, and it honestly doesn't take that long if it's a concerted team effort. Okay, that's it for this Battlefield-inspired Insider Moves. Just remember, stick to your squad and keep marking your opponents, and you should do just fine. See you next time, everyone.